أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dear audience, Assalamu alaikum. Today's talk is a very important talk on the topic of the abdiyat, meaning acquiring slavery to become a captive of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and submitting only to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the meaning of becoming an abd. Today I'm going to seek references from Surah Az-Zumar, which is the 39th chapter of the Kitabullah, verse number 11 to verse number 14. In these four verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to make a very important declaration and announcement to the whole of the humanity. Let us seek what is the address which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to make to the rest of the mankind. Kul inni umirtu an a'budallaha mukhlisan lahuddin. Meaning, say, O Muhammad, behold, I am bidden to worship God, sincere in my faith in Him alone. Let us concentrate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to make this announcement. Kul, make this announcement, make this declaration. Inni umirtu, indeed I have been enjoined, I have been ordered, I have been asked, an a'budallaha, to become an abd of Allah, to become an abd of God, to become a slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to become a captive of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to submit to the commandments of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, following the directions, commandments, advice of only one and only one God, mukhlisan lahuddin, with complete sincerity, with complete devotion, with complete purity, exclusively submitting to Him alone. If we see our present world and the Muslim community, we see lots of divisions and sects, and there's a lot of difference of opinion and different commandments. Each sect has got different set of commandments of his own. If as the source of the commandments is one, so the directions and the instructions has to be only one. And if in a society there are different set of commandments, different set of instructions, it means that these people are not following the true religion. The religion they are following is corrupted, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to become an abd, to become a slave of only him, and to follow only his commandments with complete sincerity and exclusively submitting to him alone. So each and every sect is actually, whether it's from Christian community, whether it's Jewish community, whether it's Muslim community, is actually an abd of his own jamaat or his own class or subclass. He's not following the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but rather that sect or that division is actually a slave, or is submitting to the commandments of his own class. In the verse number 12, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, wa umirtu li an akuna awwal al muslimin, meaning, and I am bidden to be foremost among those who surrender themselves unto God. Wa umirtu li an akuna awwal al muslimin, and I have been further ordered, enjoined, have been asked to become the first and the foremost of amongst those who surrender themselves to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who submit themselves to the commandments, directions, instruction, and advice given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one and only one God. In the verse number 13 of the Surah Zumar, Kul inni akhafu in asaitu rabbi azaba yawmin azim. Say, behold, I would dread, were I to rebel against my sustainer, the suffering which would befall me on that awesome day of judgment. Let us concentrate. Kul, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, make this announcement. Inni akhafu, indeed I am fearful. In asaitu Rabbi, if I am going to go against my Rabb, if I am going to rebel against my sustainer, then I fear of azaba yawmin azim, of an awesome punishment or on the day of the judgment. Verse number 14 of Surah Zumar, Kulillahu a'budu mukhlisallahu dini. Say, God alone do I worship, sincere in my faith in Him alone. Let us concentrate. Kulillahu a'budu mukhlisallahu dini. Say, I am becoming an abd. I am an abd of one and only one God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, with complete sincerity. I am exclusively an abd, exclusively a slave. I exclusively follow the commandments and directions and instructions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With this, I am concluding today's talk with a very important message from the Kitab Allah, that the basic and the core message of this revealed knowledge, Furqan Hamid, is to become an abd of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to become a slave, to become captive and submit completely to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in this abdiyat, or in this slavery, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking for complete sincerity and devotion, and submitting to only Him alone, exclusively following His commandments, His directions and instructions. And I'm going to seek a reference towards the finishing of today's talk. In the verse number 31 of the Surah At-Tawbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given caution. Ittakhazu ahbarahum wa ruhbanahum arbabam min dunillah. So that they have taken their rabbis and their monks as their rabbs, as their gods. So this is a caution which is given to the people of earlier revelation, the Ahl Kitab, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described in the Kitab Allah, that what the people of earlier revelation they did, they took their rabbis, their religious scholars and their priests equivalent to God, because they were following the commandments of their own religious scholars, and they are not following the commandments or directions or advice and instructions given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But rather Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking for complete sincerity in faith, exclusively submitting to Him, become an abd of only Him alone. I seek Allah's forgiveness if there's any shortcoming in the delivery of the message. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا واخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. جزاكم الله خير.